Hello, fam. Just want to do weekly analysis and a review of last week on the cable. Here, the trend has been bearish, and in the last month, we had a break of structure here after this drop. So we expected a return to order block, which was a daily order block, which was this one. This was our daily order block. So after BMS, we expect a return to this order block. In the process of returning to the order block, we expected the internal liquidity, like the void, to be filled, before we begin the drop, which actually was filled up to last week, and this was last week's high. Therefore, on opening this week, we expected to take out last week's high, which was this one, and a purge into our liquidity, which is the daily order block, before we drop. So this was the bottom of the daily order block, and this is the top of the daily order block. Therefore, when moving to 4-hour time frame, we see what we have here. In 4-hour time frame, you can see the void has been filled. Relative equal highs was taken out yesterday, and have a fair value gap here for 4-hour time frame. So this is our target. This is our target. Okay, and yes, we have this low, the liquidity here that needs to be taken out. So yesterday was on Monday. That's when we had a turtle soup shot here, and we check out in H1, see what happened. Yeah, the highs were taken out right into the OB. Then we had a break of structure. So the first entry was above here in lower time frame. Let's use the M5. Let's see what we had here. First entry right here. Have a stop hand, turtle soup. Again, false breakout. Now the real break of structure here. So we expect a return to the breaker. This was the return to the breaker, the first entry. Again, break of structure, return to this OB. Yeah. If first you took these entries, first entry, second entry here, your target was the sell side liquidity, which was a daily open, and daily open to be the first target, or this liquidity low here. Yeah, this is the first target. Yeah, which is around the first entry on the breaker. Target this low here, which is 40 pips. Good trade. Now we have a BMS on M15, so we expect a return on M15. And the source of the movement broker structure is this OB here. As now we have a big entry over New York Open, OTE trade. Yeah, this is New York Open, OTE trade. OTE trade. That's when we had this entry. Target yesterday's low, which is a Friday's low. That was the target achieved. Now, today, achieved actually today morning. Now let's see what we have today. So we move to higher time frame, which is H1. Now, after this break of structure here, this is our BMS. After this VMS, we need to see market seeking internal liquidity. And the internal liquidity here, we have this is our trading range. As our trading range. And looking at the internal liquidities, we have this bearish OB. This is our H1. This is our H1 negative OB. H1 negative OB. Let me mark it blue. I have using blue for other blues. I think I should make it a little bold. Okay, that is our bearish OB here, H1. And we have this fair value gap. And there is this OB. And here, 50% of this fair value gap is our equilibrium price. And this was our BMS. And again, here is our breaker. Our breaker, sorry, our mitigation block is at this zone 2. That is our mitigation block, which is at the 50% zone. But this area is our complementary area. This is what I'm expecting to take my trade from. So in H1, my stop loss will be around here. I will refine it further, but this will be my entry, this OB, around the 50% equilibrium of this one. So I combine these two as entry zones. And the next target is when it is low. This will be my take profit. So if we move to lower time frame, let's check out in lower time frame and see what else we have. We have this breaker, 30 minutes of this zone. We will use better color. It is this one. You see that? That's a mitigation block zone, yeah, because we have an SMC here. See that SMC? Yeah, break of structure, so you expect a return to this zone. Yeah, this is a high probability zone area. What we call time and price is what we will apply here. Time, it will be London open. That's when we'll be looking at if at London open the price will be at these zones. That's when we are likely to get an entry, or New York open. Those first 2 to 3 hours of New York open, and 2 to 3 hours of New York open. That's the time we expect to get a trade, and the trade will be as from these zones. Yeah. First confluence, this is the daily, sorry, this is H1 bearish order block, the blue one, so that we have this fair value gap of H1, yeah, and we have this gray zone, which is the bearish mitigation block of M30. So this area is a complementary area, so that's where we'll be looking for entries from. And there is this fair value gap here. Yeah, this one has been covered up to this one, so we expect it to be taken out. And again, there is this high that has been created here, needs to be taken out. Yeah. Okay, you can see a break of structure, so you expect a return to this zone, then back to this one, create a high of the day during New York. This is maybe New York open or London open. So we'll see what will happen. Now, the next thing you're supposed to look at is this M15 to see what we have. This is our accumulation zone, which is the Asian range. Then you expect we have a buy side liquidity, buy stop liquidity, sell stop liquidity. Yeah. So we expect first, because this is a BMS here, we expect a return to this OB, yeah, to push the market up to our zone, take out this buy side liquidity, take out this highs right into this zone. Then we'll be taking our trade from here, and our target, setting our target, will go to for 1 hour time frame. When is this low will be our target, or this fair value gap. So actually today again, may get a very nice trade. Yesterday we had more than 2 entries, so today again we may have something of this kind. We'll see how many pips are this, and we have our stop loss. So stop loss will be at least 11 pips. Not bad. That will be our stop loss. At least it is 50%. It is at a premium zone. Yeah. So our entry will be at the 50% or at this low or a little higher. So, but at least this one will be looking for entries. I'll be looking at in M5 or M15 to look for entries, precise entries. Like in M5, I will be looking this kind of pattern, yeah, to happen also at this zone. That's the kind of pattern I'll be looking for. So guys, happy trading and a nice week.